Hello everyone, I'm Vikramaditya and welcome to JH SOFTECH. In this session, we are going to discuss about the SAP S4 HANA Cloud characteristics. Now, SAP S4 HANA Cloud Public Edition is a ready-to-run cloud ERP that delivers the latest industry best practice business processes and continuous enhancements to help customers stay competitive and enable them to work towards their future goals. Now, we're going to discuss about few very important concepts in the solution scope and business process story. Now we have got something called finance-led administrative ERP. So every business needs to buy and sell things, right? And keep track of how much money is going out and coming in. So these core tasks are covered in a set of business processes from the finance, sales, and sourcing and procurement LOBs referred to as administrative ERPs. Here we've got procure to pay, order to cash, and record to report, which we're going to discuss in detail. Procure to pay is a part of the finance line of business. A business forecast what they estimate they'll need to purchase for the upcoming quarters to determine how much budget to set aside. So in the sourcing and procurement line of business, the business identifies what they need from suppliers, purchases the items, for example laptops for new hire employees, pays the supplier and receives the goods. So that's the whole process of procure to pay. To summarize that, so it has a planned future demand for goods, source and procure goods, and pay for goods and confirm receipt. That's it. Now order to cash is a part of the sales line of business, and we receive orders from our customers, confirm the orders, and deliver goods to the customers. The payments received post in the finance line of business to accounts receivable, and our revenue adjust accordingly. So back in the sales line of business, if there's a customer return, we handle the return by inspecting the returned goods and hopefully can put it back in stock to sell it to a future customer. So if a customer submits a claim based on a product's warranty, we may need additional business processes in the service line of business to create a service order and deliver the service described in the warranty. So to summarize the order to cash process, we receive and confirm customer orders, deliver goods, services to customers and post costs, and then collect payments and post revenue, handle return and claims. Then comes the record to report. Record to report again comes under the finance line of business. We perform period ending closing at the end of each month. This is the last day of the period when the accounts are set back to a zero balance. Additional financial accounting tasks are completed to record transactions, reconcile bank statements, manage tax payments, and ensure the accuracy of all financial statements. Moving forward, we continue to plan for the future, maintain the budget, and forecast potential financial requirements based on different scenarios of the business. To consolidate that, let's look at this in this way. Like perform period end closing at the end of the month, perform financial accounting and reporting tasks, conduct financial planning, budgeting, and forecasting. Now let's focus on service-centric industries. So if there are service-centric industries, then we have slightly a different pattern. In addition to the core processes covered in the administrative ERP, if we sell services to our customers, then what type of services are being sold? Selling consulting services and delivering on those services is covered with the business processes in the professional services line of business. Now, if we sell technical services, for example, when a technician from our internet provider comes to our location to fix or replace a faulty modem, these are covered by the business processes in the service line of business. The example is what we see on the screen: selling consulting services to a customer. So first we'll go with the sell and plan. Before a service is sold, there's likely some work being done in the sales line of business to generate deal leads who will potentially buy our services. Setup and staff. So sell and plan, we can consolidate it as generate leads, sell services, and close contracts. That's it. Setup and staff. So once a consulting service is sold, we can set up the project with processes in the professional services line of business. Search for people within our organization that have the right skills for the project tasks and staff the project. So to consolidate that, we set up projects, we search for qualified resources and staff projects. Next comes the deliver and recognize. To support the project, do we need to procure any services or materials from a third party provider? If so, we move into a sourcing and procurement line of business to identify that what we need, purchase it from a supplier, and pay the supplier in process services line of business. So we deliver each task of the project, and the staffed resources submit their time and expenses reports for work related travels. So the project manager keeps track of the project margin, how much the consumer is being charged, less the cost of expenses, and then consultant time working on the project to ensure it stays profitable at the as the customer pays installments of the total cost. So to consolidate that, in the deliver and recognize, we procure additional services or materials. If necessary, consultants complete project tasks, record time, and submit travel expenses. Keep track of the project margin, recognize revenue as a customer pays in installments. Then we have something called bill and manage. After the project completes, the customer pays the final installments and the revenue is recognized through processes in the finance line of business. So the project manager uses the analytical applications to evaluate different aspects of the project. Then we've got this, the next comes the product centric industries. We'll discuss that. So this all is a consolidation of the service based industries or the service centric industries. Now here we are discussing about the product centric industries. In the product centric industries, in addition to the core processes covered in the administrative ERP, if we sell products to our customers, then how much of the design, production, and delivery of the products are handled in house. This brings in several other line of businesses to handle the operational tasks necessary when a business produces products to sell. Let's first discuss about the idea to market. Now, when uh, before we have this idea to market, we basically have to understand. Let's understand this from example. Let's take an example. So let's say we could produce pharmaceuticals or pre-made baking mixes through process manufacturing, or we could produce cars or mobile devices through discrete manufacturing. Process manufacturing is where ingredients are combined in a mixture, and once combined cannot be separated back to the original parts. Discrete manufacturing is where materials are assembled into semi finished or finished goods, and once assembled can be separated back to the original parts. So the example below is based on the discrete manufacturing. So we let's understand from a discrete manufacturing perspective. Now, in the discrete manufacturing example, let's take the idea to market first. So when developing a new product, a business starts with processes in the research and development engineering line of business to forecast the demand for a potential product and design the product itself. This creates the materials list needed to begin the production, which is handed over to the manufacturing line of business. So we run material requirements planning to identify what we have or can make in house, and what we have to order from the third party suppliers. So to consolidate that, we in idea to market, we forecast demand or potential product, design product and create material list, run material requirements planning. Then we have something called procure to pay. In the sourcing and procurement line of business, we source materials from third party suppliers, order and pay for the materials, and receive them into our warehouse. So in procure to pay, we just buy and receive components, receive invoice and pay for components. That's it. Now then we have got something called plan to fulfill. Now we can move forward in the manufacturing line of business with scheduling and running the production processes. We need to pick the materials from our warehouse necessary to make different parts of final products, the sub assemblies, right? So then run the final assembly to put all the pieces together into the finished goods. We are basically likely to using some expensive machinery to assemble our products, and those machines need to be maintained. So this maintaining our assets is covered as a process in the asset management line of business. So the finished goods should go through a quick quality check, then be stored in our warehouse. So the logistics is moving materials between our warehouses, locations, and plants, and is covered with warehouse management processes, which are under the umbrella of the supply chain line of businesses. So, in short, the plan to fulfill covers the scheduled production, pick materials and run sub-assemblies, run final assembly to procure finished goods, quality check finished good, and store in warehouse. Then we have got something called order to cash. In the sales line of business, we receive sales orders, whether we are selling direct to the customer through our third party platform or both. So we then move into supply chain line of business to get the final product delivered to the customer by planning the transport of the outbound delivery from our warehouse to the final destination. So the transport of goods between warehouses or orchestrating deliveries to customers is called transportation management, which is called the supply chain umbrella, which is actually basically it comes under the supply chain umbrella. So we receive payment from the customer and handle any follow-up sales related tasks, such as customer returning to purchased goods, completing a quality inspection, and ideally returning the good to stock in our warehouse so we can sell the product to a future customer. If the product is defective, we need to identify the cause. Was it a faulty component we made in house, or was it a component purchased from one of our suppliers? This initiates follow up actions to handle the defect and then salvage as much as we can from the product before disposing of the remaining components in a responsible way. So, if the product has a warranty, we move into the service line of business to respond to the claims and delivery and the service guaranteed in the warranty. So order to cash covers the receipt. It receives sales order from the customer, plan transport of product to customer and run outbound delivery. If customer returns product, quality check and return to stock in warehouse. If customer makes warranty claim, create service orders and deliver services. So this is all about the characteristics of SAP S/4HANA Cloud. We have got a lot of new and latest concepts. These are all the latest concepts that we're discussing, which is up to date as on today, and we're going to discuss more exciting concepts in the coming sessions, like so how do we build the implementation team, who are the key stakeholders of SAP S/4HANA cloud implementation, discuss the roles and responsibilities, and then we have got this the landscapes that we have, which have been landscape I already discussed in the previous session. You can just look at it, and we're going to discuss about the fit to standard concept, how it works, these all things in the coming session. And do not forget to like our videos and do subscribe to our channel if you have not done that, and share it with your friends. It might help someone. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.